This is the other part of ashmere. This is actually the afternoon delight part of it. And I wanted to make this afternoon delight of ashmere because it is so soothing and so awesome. And I just had to do it. It just took my breath away this morning. I just had to do this beautiful second part of this because it was so awesome. And so I'm going to get started. I know, I mean, this is just the afternoon delight of it because I probably won't be back tonight to tap out any art. So I figured I would come on and do an afternoon delight. And so that's what I'm going to do. I know no one's on. I'm still going to do it anyhow. And let's see what is on these boards. And so this is going to be good, everyone, because it's going to be soothing, and I'm not going to talk a lot in this one. And so I'm just getting my feet wet in this. So you have to give me a minute because I literally, I'm just getting started on it. Okay. So, let me find something. Now, I'm going to start out, everyone. Welcome to, I'm Tina M Wright, Intuitive Beauty Babe, but I'm not just a beauty babe. I use my intuition to be my guide with so many things. I love using my intuition to help others in some big or small way, but now I love to do, this is my second ashmere video. Coming at you, and it is going to be a good one because this one is an afternoon delight intuitive tap painting and brush strokes, everybody. So I've got some really nice brushes that I'm going to, well, just brushes in general that I'm going to use. And I'm just gonna like really get them down in there. And I know no one's on, but that's the beauty of live. You just don't know who's gonna be on, who is not going to be on, right? So you just keep it rolling. But welcome, just like I said, to this afternoon delight of ashmere intuitive tap painting, and this is the soothing, everyone, brush stroke. Now, I'm gonna take this board. And this is good because then I'll do an album also. But I'm going to start out with a board because the boards are like really, I love the albums, and we'll do an album next because I won't be able to be on tonight. But so I'm going to take these beautiful brushes and also my tap instruments. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my favorite men's cologne actually on my hands, and I'm going to rub it in, breathe it in, and push it out to all of you. And also, I'm just going to put a little bit on the board, right? So let's get this started right now. So I'm going to take, I'm not going to say too much because you know how with this, it is very soothing, and you really don't say very much, right? It's hard for me. So I'm going to take this. Now I'm going to take this brush. This is, this is honestly, I'll be honest with you, it's one of my makeup brushes that I don't use, but guess what? I've used it in the past, so it has my aura all over it. And so it's really nice. It's slimline, and that will do the trick. Let me clean the screen of of YouTube. Sorry about that, everybody. YouTube screen is dirty. Okay. Hi, Chef. Okay, so I'm going to take this beautiful brush here for this ashmere, and we're going to get started. Man, what is going on with this? Hold on, everybody. YouTube's pretty Yankee. Okay, so I'm going to take this for my ashmere, and just like I said, I'm not going to do too much talking. I'm going to take you down to the board, and I'm going to start stroking this canvas, and I'm going to see what we come up with. We really don't even have to come up with a piece of art as long as this is the soothing part of the ashmere. This is my second one, so I'm even still, I guess, okay, Tina, don't tell them you're nervous. You don't tell them that, right? I am. Okay, so I'm going to take this down to the board while I do this. And so let's get this started. So this is, I've got, and let me get you close, all the socials really close. So I've got YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, right? I got all of them all over, and they're gonna come up through this. So sit back, relax, and let me get started with this beautiful, beautiful ashmere scratch, tap, and soothing lines, everyone. So I'm gonna start out with these paints right here. And I don't know which one. I think this one here is going to be the soothing one. Let me take it down to the board. Let's get started. So I'm going to go up like this because I think it's easier. And then I'm just going to take it around. And it's the soothing lines, everybody. The lines that, you know, and a little tap. Okay. I'm trying to get everybody situated here. I am so sorry, everyone. Just bear with me as I'm trying to get everybody situated here. And I'm just going to glide into it. And then I'm going to show you. And I'm going to actually put my hands up into it. So as you see here, I'm going to even be working my fingers into the board because that's what makes this ashmere so special also is when I get my hands in it, right? So you will see me getting my hands in it and getting my hands all messy and painty. So I'm going to go, everyone, and take my hand and I just put a goo of paint on it. And I'm just going to lay it out and we're going to make the most beautiful art. Okay? And I'm going to tap and I'm going to take it back and drag. And I'm going to tap and I'm going to drag. And this is going to actually come out to be the most beautiful piece of ashmere art. I know right now you're looking at it going, Tina, it's nothing, but it will be something. Just give me a grip, okay? And so I'm going to take it down and I'm just going to rub it around because, and just try to get it covering the board. Okay, and I'm going to get the edges. Okay. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to come in with the infamous tap because you know how I like to do the black hole, and we're going to whirl it around, and then we're going to really fill in the color then after we completely cover this board. Okay. I'm sorry, I'm trying to get everybody on here because I'm on all social media right here doing this ashmere. If anybody doesn't know about ashmere, it is very light tapping and stimulating. It's very soothing and it's very soothing to the mind. So we're going to just go like this. And I'm going to take it down and I'm going to tap some of this lavender into this. And as I'm tapping this in, this is really nice, everyone, because once it gets down into the bristles, okay, then that's when I can really, really, really do my work, when I can just put my hands into it, because it's really soothing when I can get my own hands in it, because it's the artist's hands, right? And so I'm just going to tap up a little, and then I'm just going to scratch the board as I go along. And look at that. It suddenly is becoming a beautiful, I'm going to go along the walls. And I promised myself that, Tina, don't go crazy on it, right? Can everybody see it? I'm sorry. I hope everybody can see it. I'm trying to do my best. And then I'm taking it around, and then I'm just going to go to the outer walls. And then what's nice about this is I'm going to use my fingers to kind of marinate and tap up and down. And then I'm going to go into stroke motion. And then I'm going to go around. It's like stimulating your mind, everybody. And then I'm going to go around and I'm going to tap. Okay. And then I'm just going to take it and I'm just going to go up over and back down again. And then I'm going to tap it down through. And then I'm going to get, just like I said, a little bit of gray and kind of faintly put that in. And then just go around. And I'm going to come over. And then I'm going to take my tap again. And I'm going to come in. I'm going to kind of tap some art. Okay. And then I'm going to drop it back down again. And then I'm going to pick it back up again. And then I'm going to do these little gnarly things. I can't talk right now, Richard. I'm in the middle of ashmere. And then I'm going to go like this, everyone, because with ashmere, you want to see the beauty of your art. Look at this. Thank you, Richard. Look at this. So I'm doing ashmere and it's really like soothing. And so you go like this, everyone. So I'm going to go down and I'm going to go up. There you go. Look at that. And then I'm going to go around and around and around and around. And we're going to do all these loop-de-loops. Okay? And then after that, I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm just going to kind of create this scenario around the board. And tap it up through. And you're probably, Tina, you messed the piece of art up. No, I didn't. And I'm just going to go to the outer walls of the board. And then I'm just going to go up around. And then back down again. And I'm going to do these circular motions, everyone. And then I come up. And I'm just going to use a little bit of red. And this is ashmere, so we don't know what this piece of art is going to look like because we're just using different techniques in my hands and everything. Okay. And then when we get here, we're going to just go zigzagging it and back up. And then we're going to drop it down. And then we're going to go back up again. And then we're going to drop it down. And then we're going to go back up. And then we're going to drop it down. And then we're going to crisscross. And we're going to do some figure eights. On the board. And then we're going to take it back around and drop it down. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this beautiful violet And I'm going to come in. And I'm just going to gently just tap it down. Tap it over. Tap it way over. And down. Until we actually see where we got a good piece of art that we can just move on to the, guess what? The album. So this is fun, just playing in this and just tapping it out. I love it. It's like playing in like this never ending, like Play-Doh or something, but it's actually paint. And so now we're going to move on to an album, everyone. So after we're done with this, right? And we're done with that piece of art. Let me go up. We're going to move on to an album. Now that is a piece of ashmere art. Very soothing, very unique, very different looking. And I'm going to just use my hands to make my signature on the back. To wipe off the excess, right? And now we're going to move on to an album for this beautiful, beautiful ashmere. Let me sit this over here, everyone. I'm sorry. Excuse me. And now I'm going to move on to an album. So I'm going to take this album and we're going to start with this. We're going to start with this shaving brush. Now, who knows what this is? Does anybody know what kind of brush this is? Guess what kind of brush this is? Does anybody know what kind of brush this is? Does anybody know what kind of brush that is? Do you know? This is a shaving brush that they use in barbershops, and they put the cream on, and then they put it on to shave. And they put it on. Okay. But we're going to use it for the album. And we're going to go in this motion here. And I'm going to take you down. And you're probably like, Tina, that album's not scratched. We're not worried. This is just for ashmere. So we're not worried about, you know. And we're just very gently going around it, everyone. Very delicately going around it. And just going down. And going up and going down. And going up and going down. And ashmere is smooth strokes with light tap, with just very delicate tap. And then we're going to tap it down. And then we're going to tap it back up. And then we're going to tap it back down. And then I'm going to take my fingers to run it across the board. Okay, everyone? So what I'm going to do here is, since I have to dig down in here, I'm going to take my fingers. I'm on all three socials. And we're going to tap this out, everybody. And we're going to make the most beautiful album out of this. I just have to dump some of this down here. Sorry about that. I'm going to mix these two colors just to see what we come up with, everyone, because I think that'll be cool. And then if I can grip it in my hands and get it off of here, then look at this. I have it on my hands. Look at that. And then I can go down. Oops. And then I can go up. And then I can just go like this. And even use some of my nails. And then we're going to do a figure 8. Now, if I can do a backwards figure 8, that is. And then I go down. And now I'm going to take a different tap tool. I'm going to take this one here. And I'm going to use this while my fingers are all gooey. And we're just going to go around the board with this very, very light sensation. Gentle taps on the board. Gentle, gentle, gentle taps on the board to get a hoise around. Very, very delicate taps. Very delicate taps. And then down. And then up. And then we go up again. And then we just kind of just go like this. Very, very gently. Very gently. Very gently. And then we just glide around the album with ease. Now, I'm going to take this hand, since this hand is not doing anything, and I'm going to go like this, everyone. You see that hand here? I'm going to go like that, and I'm going to splotch a variety of paint all over my hand while this hand is holding the board. And you see how I'm going to go like that. And gently come around the album to make some wild art, right? I wish I would have scratched this board up, this album. But we can always use it again. So this album, everyone, this masterpiece is just for this show because I didn't scratch it up. And then we're going to take, and we're just really going to go in and do these big loops. And then we're going to just go and make these little loops. And then we're going to gently go down. And then we're going to take it up and around. And then back down again. And then back up. And then we're going to drop it down again. And take it back up. Like we're cleaning the board for something new, right? And then with the excess, I'm going to wipe that off because I got another idea for the board. So don't worry, the art will be good. And I'm going to take it down. And then I'm just going to take my whole hand over this and kind of massage this album out. It's almost like playing in dirt or something. And then I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to go around. And then we're going to go around in these little tappy circular motions. And I'm going to get my hands really nitty gritty because I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to pulsate back up again. And then I'm going to pulsate back down again until we master something here. Wow. And we're just getting it all gooey, everyone. We're not worried about where the art lies because it's all about the board. And then we're going to get down. And then we're going to go up. And then we're going to go all around the board. I'm going to take all of my fingers and massage the album. And then get down. And I'm going to go around the board and kind of wipe the excess off. No joke. And then I just picked up some red along the way to kind of splash in. And then I'm going to do these kind of zigzags and figure eights along the way. And then I'm going to take more paint. And then if you don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like, everybody, if you like this video. Don't forget to hit the subscribe and the like. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And then I'm going to go down through that 8. And then I'm going to go back up again. And then I'm going to go down and up. And down and up and over. And then we're going to make those little turns again. Don't forget to hit the like. And don't forget to hit the subscribe. And then we're going to keep going. And this is Ashmere Art Afternoon Delight, everyone. A little Ashmere Art Afternoon Delight. And then I'm going to go on the rim of the album. And you're going to see my hands just glide around the album. And then I'm going to come in. And then I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to go back up. And then I'm going to go back down. And then I'm just going to go out. And I'm going to clean all that up. Because I'm going to use that. We're going to keep going. And then, look. I'm going to tap it out. And we're going to gently just go up and down. As we're turning the album. We're going to gently just go up and down. Like I'm scratching somebody's back or something like that, right? Or just like rubbing somebody's back. How about that? Like I'm rubbing your back. This album can be like I'm rubbing your back, right? And then I'm just going to take it in really good. And then I'm going to pull it out. Drop it down. Oh, I'm going to get some more. And I'm going to come in with something else. This is going to be different. This is going to be different. Because I'm going to come in with this. And then I'm going to do different stuff. I'm going to twist it. And then I'm going to go up. And then I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to take the paint and drive it over to the next level. And as my hand goes around the board, around the album, it's going to do a couple circular motions. And then it's going to go back up. And then it's going to go down. And then it's going to go over. And then it's going to go boom, 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 boom. And then it's going to go back up. And then it's going to drop down. And it's going to go back up again. And it's going to gently drop down. And it's going to gently go up. But then when it goes up, it's going to make these kind of jigger notches. And then it's going to go like this. And then it's going to go the whole ways across the album and back down again. And then it's going to go up and down. Don't forget to hit the like button, YouTube, and Facebook and Instagram, and the follow. Ruthie, I'm doing ashmere art, which is very soothing, and it's called ashmere art, where you just do the art, and the art just is your guide, where you use your hands, your mind, and that's called ashmere art. And as I'm gently going up, everybody, I'm going to pick it up and I'm going to grab more paint. And then I'm going to start doing these little loopy loops. And then I'm just going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to pull it down. We're going to go up. And we're going to make these little loopy loops. And then drop it down. And then bring it back up again. And then we're going to drop it back down again. And then we're going to bring it back up into a full swing. And this should relax you, everyone. This should be very relaxing because this is an ashmere paint, an afternoon delight of ashmere. Now I'm going to grab another color to add to this equation. So give me a moment as you sit back and relax. I'm going to grab this color because I think this color is going to really pop on the board. I'm going to grab this pink. You know what? Kitty cat pink. How about that? Oh, Tina, you're bad. Okay. So I'm going to grab this pink and I am going to grab this brush. Okay. This is my brush that I'm going to grab for the kitty cat pink. Everybody hit the like button, follow, and I'm going to put it down and I'm just going to drag it all around and up. And then we're going to go down. I'm going to follow that motion through the board and then we're going to just kind of angle it out a little bit and go down. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my hands, because an artist's hands is best on her board, right? And I'm just going to take my hands. But do you notice how I left a piece of art off to the side? And so I'm going to tap the board. And everyone, I'm on all socials. And I'm going down. And I'm gently massaging the paint actually as I go around. And then I'm just going to take the album and glide back and forth. And then I'm going to make these different movements. But then I'm going to put my hands in the paint again. And I'm going to grab some black. And I have it right here in my hands. And I'm going to tap it in. And then I'm going to bring it up. And bring it down. And then I'm going to bring it up again. And as I combine this art, I'm driving this paint. But I'm leaving this here. And I'm going down. See here? Now, I'm going to use this, everyone, for the board that is going to be at the end of the show. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this board and I'm going to just slap this on here. This is crazy. I've never done this. But we don't waste paint around here. We are not wasting paint around here. So let's get this and let's go. So as I release the excess paint, but I'm going to leave some of the art on, but as I relieve some of the excess paint so that I can add a little bit more on. And I'm going to go down. And then I'm going to go up. But you notice how I'm letting this eye right here. It's going to be the focal of the painting. And then we're going to throw in some juggernauts on the side. And then we're going to sway the art from side to side. It's a mess right now. I don't know if you could call this a work of art or a hot mess, but it's all ashmere, right? And so I'm just working it around. And then I'm going to add, quite possibly, just a little bit more white into it. And just take it up through. Because we're almost at the end of this board, right? This album. But you see how I saved some art here, but then I saved this in the middle. That's the sweet spot. It's like an artist playing a violin or something, but actually you're doing your craft, right? I love it. And then I'm just going to take it down and touch it down. And then I'm going to come back up again. And what I'm going to do to the sides is I'm going to angle this out and tap some into this. Because this is beautiful. And I'm just going to go like this. Right? But see, as an artist, we don't waste paint. And so what I'm going to do is, you see this board here? So that was the one piece of art. It's the ashmere relaxing tapping piece of art. So what I'm going to do here is the last piece of art for today. I'm going to use this board because we don't waste paint. I don't waste paint anyhow. I don't know about other artists. I don't think they do either, because paint is so expensive. We don't waste paint. And I'm just going to take my fingers and I'm going to take and cover this so that way you can see what I'm going to do with this next piece of art. And as you see, I'm going to take the remnants off of here and throw it onto this board, right? And go up and down. And then I'm going to go all around. Let's see what we come up with, everyone. Let me just get my hands up in this. Come on now. Let me just get my hands up into this. Let me just take it to the next level. It's like I'm just giving your back an art massage. Right? And we're taking this board and I'm covering it. It's like, and then I go down, and then I go up, and then I grab some paint. No tapping required with the tool, right? Can use my hands. As you can see, I swear there's a face on this corner of this board, if you see. So I'm gonna tap away from this. Do you see that face, everyone, that just appeared on the board? Do you see that? There's a face right here. It's craziness. So we're gonna leave that there. And I'm gonna mix in a little bit of this. Well, I'm gonna mix in something else. It's like playing an instrument, but guess what? You're making a piece of art come to life, right? Hi, Rock. It's like this most beautiful piece of art with your hands, Tina. You can't make this up, right? And so I'm going to step it back. Let me lift this up here slightly. And look at this. So I'm working my hands, and I actually created this piece with my hands. Hi. Hi. But I'm not done yet because I feel like I gotta add something into it, everyone. This is wild. I feel like I have to add something into this because I do have piano fingers, right? I do have piano fingers. And I feel like I have to add something into this. It's crazy. Thank you. Look at this. And I'm scared to go over here because I see this guy's face and we want to preserve his face, right? So this is the last tap of the day until tomorrow, everyone. And I'm scared to pull it up. It's just, this piece of art is so cool on itself. I can't believe I created this with my fingers. What you can create if you're an artist is insanity, everybody. Insanity. And I just done this in front of all of you. I don't even know what it looks. I created something here, everyone, with my fingers. I don't even know what it is. It's like a masterpiece, but there's a man's face right there with my fingers. Absolutely craziness, right? So this is a masterpiece, but I'm going to take the board and I'm just going to stroke the board. Right? Thank you, everyone, for watching. And then I'll show you. It is insane what you can do with your fingers, everyone. Just take the time, right? Just take the time. It's weird. It's crazy. So I have paint on my fingers. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back in. This is like a masterpiece. So I'm going to go back in to the first board. And we're going to jiggernaut that up a little bit, okay? Give me a minute. I don't like how that's looking. Okay. So this was the first board, right? So I'm going to really do some stank up in this, okay? So let's just see, let's take this piece, and while it's drying, let's do something with it. Let's just take this to the next level, everybody. Come on now. Come on now. And I'm going to add, I'm just adding some elements. I don't even know, wherever it takes me, we're going to add these elements in here. And now I'm going to use my fingers to add some elements. As you can see, here we go. And something's telling me to take elements over this way. And go up. And we're just going to go around. And it's really beautiful. It's like a landscape. I can't believe this. I mean, I've never tapped art with my fingers. This is incredible. I don't know. It's like playing with Play-Doh, but you're playing with... Thank you, everybody, for watching. Don't forget to come back tomorrow, because you don't want to miss a thing. I'm going to be doing the most incredible ashmere art. Thank you, Big Boss. Tomorrow is another day. I will be doing a little afternoon delight painting. This ashmere. I love this. I think this is pretty cool, right? I never thought I could tap out a piece of art with my hands. You know this girl's a tap artist, right? But I think this is really deep looking. It's really different. I don't even know what we're seeing, but we're seeing something really unique, right? I've tapped this with my hands, and so I really like it. I really do. But guess what I'm gonna do to that album over there? I'm not done with that yet. I just, it's not done yet. It's not done yet, everybody. This album is not done yet. Because if we can get something incredible out of this, this album needs more stank up in it, right? Before we end this show. So I tapped this album out and I left some parts. But I just want to just stank it up a little bit, everybody, because there's something about it that just needs a little bit more work done to it. Just a little bit more stank up in it, right? And I'm just going to take that pink and I'm just going to run it all over this board. Then back up. And then run it down. The album never dies around here, everybody. You got to understand that. This album never dies, right? And so I'm going to take this. And I've got this situation. And I'm going to just, it's like you're playing the song, right? And this could be for tomorrow. And then you're rocking that back and forth. And this is the ashmere art, everyone, for today. Have a blessed day, everybody. And I'll see you when I see you tomorrow. But I think I did a pretty good job. Now, you got to understand, everybody, I did one thing wrong today. I didn't rough this album up. So guess what? This album actually has to be redone all over again because it's not roughed up. So we'll have to mess it up because, and then I have to rough it up because in order for the art to stick, you know what I mean? So I just figured we'd just do the art on here. I know it's not going to stay because the album isn't roughed up, but we'll see. Maybe we'll see how it's going to do, but you know. But thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit the like, the comment, and the subscribe. And guess what? I'll see you then, everybody. Thank you for watching. Yeah, right. They're long. I have long fingers, everybody. I have these long piano fingers. See how long they are? There you go. That's why I guess I do so much good tapping. So I'm going to clean my fingers here as I end this live. Thank you, everybody. And I'll show you this art tomorrow, dried and high shined, and right, dried and high shine. And thank God that acrylic paint does come out of your clothes. But hey, I'm an artist, so you don't care if it does or not, right? So I'll see you then. Thank you for your likes, your comments, and your subscribes, and I'll see you then.